What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So I'm just gonna just say what I think every Chicago Bulls fan is thinking, but may be afraid to say out loud. We're gonna fuck around and lose in the first round. We're gonna lose in the first round, and it's gonna largely be because of the fact that not just because we're a couple of pieces away from a title. We're a couple of pieces away from being a contender, a serious contender. I mean, the fact that the Bulls are what now? 0-13 versus the top contenders, and I believe they're 2-14 versus teams with a winning percentage of 600 and over. That clearly shows that we're not on that threshold. And people can sit there and say the injuries, Caruso and Lonzo Ball. Maybe that would have got us a couple of more victories. Those guys playing, but it's something bigger than that. And a large part of it has to do with, and it's not being called out by the mainstream media because that's just what they do. These guys get all the praise when everything's going right, but when things are going wrong, it's always the players. It's Billy Donovan, man. It's Billy Donovan, and I've always thought that Billy Donovan doesn't get enough heat. Everybody blames Russell Westbrook and or to a lesser extent Kevin Durant for that 3-1 lead being blown against the Warriors back in 2016. But Billy Donovan should have shared some of that blame as well. And when you look at the roster that this team has compared to last year, remember, Zach LaVine didn't have much help last year. He's got oodles and oodles of help now compared to last year. Now they're going to the playoffs, the Bulls, but not in the right trajectory, not with the right momentum. You know, um, Billy Donovan routinely gets out coached down the stretch of games, out strategized down the stretch of games by even coaches who themselves have reputations for being fuck ups, like Doc Rivers and Mike Budenholzer. They out coach him. Billy Donovan has the same issues that Mike Budenholzer has, but worse. He's so fixated on having a set rotation each game, a certain philosophy, without making the fucking adjustments necessary. Look, if you got a guy that's in the game and he's killing, he's fucking murdering the opposition, why take him out? Just because your normal rotation says, well, this guy has to go out. I need to get him into the game. Why would you take him out? And all of a sudden, the Bulls, who were on a run and took a 4-point lead, now all of a sudden the other team comes back and they're up by 10. I get irritated at the fact that certain players get over scrutinized and certain other ones don't. And the same thing goes with coaches. Now, Doc Rivers is probably the most closely scrutinized coach in the NBA, but he's not the only one that should be scrutinized. You know what I'm saying? Like, why was Luke Walton able to hold on that job for so long being mediocre? Why do a lot of these damn mediocre ass coaches get to coach for so long, but then other ones, they get, the media microscope on them almost immediately. I don't know. It is what it is. But the Bulls, I know this. They're not championship this year. I'm realistic. Well, Mike, I thought you were a Bulls fan. I am, but I'm realistic. They're not going to win a title. I can hope and do all that shit, man. I'm just not built like my mind don't work like that. I'm logical. If I saw signs that it was something else, it was just injuries and all of that, I would be more optimistic. But the fact that we can't seem to contend against the best teams, and we're always losing, always to the best teams. Our defense has slipped. Now, part of it is because Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso isn't out there, but it's not all just that, man. So at least we'll get to the playoffs. If we're lucky, if we have a favorable matchup, we can get to the second round. That's about as far as it's going to go. Now, if we get past the second round, then I'll be pleasantly surprised. But I don't think it's going to go past the second round. Tell me what you guys think.